Well, it was a sight that had people at an Alameda shopping center doing a double take. Look at this. A large masted sailing ship tied to the dock slowly started to sink into the Oakland Estuary last night. John Ramos was there today as a salvage crew arrived to assess the damage and figure out how to get that boat floating once again.
The irony is that this boat was purchased to be part of an ocean cleanup project. Now it's presenting a cleanup problem of its own. It's called the KPIX, a 150-foot-long two-masted ship known as a brigantine. The ship has been sailing since 1987 and most recently has been the property of the Ocean Voyages Institute, headquartered in Sausalito. The group bought the boat to conduct the KPIX project, a month-long expedition in 2009 to survey and study the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a huge mass of floating plastic in the ocean. Later, the boat was used for various educational cruises, but lately it's been moored next to the Nob Hill food store in Alameda. And now it looks like it's not going anywhere soon.
It's been there about 5 years. It's a steel-hulled boat, the kind you could take around the world, but it's been sitting there for 5 years.
And you don't think it's ever moved?
It has not moved in 5 years. My partner says they're never going to move that thing. It's going to sink someday, and here we are.
On Sunday night, about 6 p.m., the ship began to take on water and sink. Zeph Biggs watched as it slowly went down.
I was parked right there, and it was sinking when I got out. So I took pictures of it, like, wow, it's interesting.
The ship now sits on the bottom, fully submerged, its heavy mast slanting toward the shore, which is why they're keeping the public away.
The vessel seems to be fairly stable at the moment. However, due to the area we're in with tidal movement, going up and down and back and forth through here, it could move at any time.
A diver spent the day assessing the situation and, despite near zero visibility, looking for a way to offload the 400 gallons of diesel fuel that may still be aboard, just in case floating boom has been placed around the ship to contain any leaks.
I think it's lost a little bit of fuel, but the majority of it's sealed up. So we just have to get access to it without allowing any more out and get that pumped out. That's a priority.
Is there a way to do that while it's still underwater?
Yeah, we have ways of doing it.
Courtney Jensen works for Power Divers, the company brought in to handle the operation of getting the KPIX back up on an even keel.
If you want to get it up and out of here, you'd bring in a crane barge, and then you'd run rigging underneath the crane barge or underneath the sailboat, and then you'd lift it up freeboard enough to where you can pump the water out and get it refloating again, basically. This is a really big vessel. This is a 100-foot sailboat with a steel hull. Weighs a lot. It's big.
So is this going to be a big job to bring up?
It just depends. I mean, it could be a couple weeks, could be a couple days.
So far, there is no indication of why the ship sank. The Coast Guard says the responsibility for determining that and raising the ship lies with the boat's owner and the salvage company they've hired to conduct the operation.
And the Coast Guard says it's not involved since the ship is not causing a threat to navigation in the channel, but it will be reviewing the salvage plan to make sure it follows regulations.